Hey guys, good morning again. Hey, this is Craig Rapihana. If you don't know who I am, I work at HSN. I'm a home improvement TV host, inventor. I've taken products to market like Lazy Buns, Flip Fork, and other customers, other clients, other products, other people that I've helped take their products into massive retail, but also online. So if you're new to my channel, I don't really spend all my time just putting it out there, but if you've come across this, hey, congratulations, good for you. And this is basically what it's about. I just shoot the shit really on things that bother me, that I've gone through, and lucky for you. And I say lucky for you because I'm very passionate about people spending so much money, wasting so much money, getting with the wrong business partners, and avoiding what we call the snakes in the industry. Because trust me, when you're an entrepreneur, you're like a crocodile hunter. You're like, Steve Irwin. You've got to maneuver between all the people that you think are going to copy your product, people that are going to have alternative motives, and they're a pain in the ass, and they're out there because no one really thinks for themselves. But really it's about getting smart, because if you have a good pattern, you have a good design, you'll be pretty much protected. However, if you have a good pattern, you have a good design, it comes down to you have to protect it. Meaning, you got to go to court to do that. So really, I don't get too detailed in that. I typically basically just take the bloody thing to market and outsell bloody everyone, and that's what we did with Lazy Buns. We had a few people that came in and started copying us, and actually they were talking to us and asking us to do private label. We said no. They started copying it, and it was like I was starting to think $40,000-$50,000 in like lawyers' fees, and as an entrepreneur starting out, that's a bloody lot of money. Why would you want to spend $30,000-$40,000 trying to protect it when you don't know if you're going to win, you don't know if you're going to lose? So I'm like, maybe we could use a half of that, or a quarter of that, or even 5,000 of that, and bloody outsell them. And that's exactly what I did. Me and my partner, we put our heads down and we just bloody did it. We outsold them on Amazon, we outsold them on everything, and then in the end, they did an acquisition and bought us out. So it worked great in our favor. So really don't get too hung up on all that sort of stuff. So anyway, so what I'm doing is you can click the link below. You can click on that, and it's basically chat with me. It's 15, 20 minutes. If we go a little bit longer, that's fine. I would rather spend 15 minutes with you and just give you an idea give you some advice. I can say one thing, like say for an example, had a friend of mine who wanted a patent, wanted a design, was ready to spend, $7,000, $10,000, and basically said to her, have you even looked on Google Patents? Have you even thought what's out there? She goes, no, I haven't. Well, come to find out, lucky she didn't spend that money. So, end up, I think we talked for about 20 minutes. That was good. We had a 20-minute call and we talked about a whole different things, but I basically said, look, don't do a bloody thing until you check that, because you want to know that's there. Then you want to look on Alibaba, AliExpress, Wish, all these damn sites that you see popping up in your news feed, because you're getting targeted, right? Whenever you type in entrepreneur or you list something, they all come at you like a bloody cockroach in a bloody pizza box in the garage left there for 3 days. They just turn up from all different cracks in the wall. Lucky for her, she didn't do that. And then I've also got another friend of mine who basically, he didn't listen. I said to him, dude, if you're gonna go on Amazon, you've got to go with Amazon. You've got to spend the time. You've got to spend a little bit of money, and that's what I offered to do. I said, look, mate, I'll rebuild your listing. I'll get you where you need to be. And he basically said, cool. I talk to you all the time, and you give me some advice, because he's on my little mentoring program, and did that. And he ended up giving up on Amazon. Gave up on Amazon because he didn't want to spend the time, he didn't want to spend the effort. And it's hard, it's a hard road, but you got to basically break it down. If you're going to turn this into a $100 million company, okay, then you're probably not going to do it. And I'll tell you why. Because you'll run out of money, you'll run out of blue sky. You need to build that up to $1 million, $2 million, or a $5 million company as quick as possible. Then sell it for $5 or $10 million. Or even if you sell it for $5 million and then basically have a 3% or a 2% kicked in. It's better to do that and let someone else with bigger money, bigger trucks, bigger wheels, bigger team do that, because that's the way things are right now. You might have the most amazing product, the most amazing idea. Someone's not going to pay you $100 million for it unless you have a billion emails or something like that. So that's a whole different ball game. I'm starting to go into something else, but I'm going to bring it back in because that's just going to blow your bloody mind on emails and just, you know, how you sell your product. But basically, you know, bring it back in, wheel it back in, and start with basically, if I'm going to go to Amazon, and I'm going to start with Amazon because that's when everyone is, boom, you do that bloody well. And you do it as good as you can, as well as possible. You get your PPC ads, you bloody convert it, you have bloody good images. You don't have shitty images like that your grandfather took, you know, 50 years ago, black and whites. You know, the images have to be damn good. But that's finding the competition, finding out their level, finding out where they're at, and not copying them, but mimicking the way that it professionally looks, because people don't bloody read, mate. Okay, people are probably not going to read that down below. You can click a link and come and talk with me. And I'm just being honest. People don't read. But if they do read, they're a different type of person. They're like, okay, what's the difference here? What's the difference here? Because visualization is key. They see it in the image. Boom, that's everything I need. They look over to the other listing part, and that's how they see 100% money back guarantee, made in the US, or blah, blah, blah. Okay, perfect. Got everything I want. Oh, wait, I can pay with PayPal. Done. Because, and so those are little tweaks that you need to, you know, discuss and talk about. Those are the difference between as I think I've heard this saying before, and that is, you know, that's the difference between a hero versus a zero. So that's what it's all about. So click a link below. If you want to chat with me, that's cool. I shoot off the hip. I tell you how it is. If I can point you in the right direction, I've done my job. I promised my mentors that I would pass on that information. Plus, I'm also passionate about, a little bit of reminder on the cell phone getting a little bit low. Sorry about that. Hope that didn't break up. But yeah, click the link. Let's chat. I mean, can help. If we can't, we can't. I mean, it's completely up to you. But I can tell you one thing: it's stressful and it's a pain in the ass trying to do it yourself. You can do it yourself, and I've done it. But it's like, you got to have mentors. You got to have people around you that have done it before, because I can tell you, there's a lot of snakes, man, and you're not going to go. Imagine this. You're not going to go into a jungle or an Amazon or climb Mount Everest without a Sherpa, right? Yeah, there's a reason why. Usually those Sherpas have done Everest. If you look at some of those Sherpas, I would say those Sherpas on climb Mount Everest have probably done it, 100 times. Okay, well, they're going to say, well, hey, this time mix in Gatorade. Hey, this time take Gatorade. Hey, you're going to need 5 bottles of water. You know, like, oh, I just take a bottle of water. No, I need 5. It's like the sign in the back, running an Ironman. Run a triathlon, but you have no bloody idea about running an Ironman. And the first thing I did was got a coach to bloody put my ass in the gear and keep me accountable to run an Ironman. If I'd have tried to pull that one out of my ass by myself, I would have been like half the jokers walking. And if you've ever been in an Ironman, 90% of them bloody walk. What's the point of being an Ironman if you're going to walk? So what's the point of doing an Amazon business if you're going to do a shitty half-assed job? Do it right, and that's how you make money. So, all right, in saying that, I've spoken for 9 minutes. That's a little longer than I usually do. I am out. I am back into it, and see you guys.